Cool, okay. Yeah. Alright. We're both shattered. We could not be less bothered about this vlog today. But
we're doing it for you guys.
we're doing it.
And for Crisis.
And for Crisis. And for us. The memories. Yeah, so, wow. Shattered. Last night we left you at the bonfire and we went straight to bed. By then it was late, it was about 10 o'clock. We got up fairly early, at about 7:30. Spent a bit longer getting ready than we probably could have. Out the door for a lovely breakfast as well. Thanks again to Angela for the lovely meal. It was like oatmeal and nuts and raisins and banana. It was just the perfect fuel for a big day ahead of us. And then they actually came out with us and helped set us off on the right path. Took us all the way to Rockfall, yeah, and it was a really good ride. Quite hilly at the start, and strong, a bit of a headwind as well, as always, and yeah, really beautiful day. Lovely rolling plains. There was a massive deer there at one point, roadkill on the side of the track, which was really impressive. Also quite grim. And yeah, Angela peeled off earlier on, and then Bill turned around because his hot tub was arriving, which we just missed, which was cutting. No, but yeah, that was lovely. And so we had a little stop in Rockpool, about 30 miles in, possibly less than 25.
25, yeah.
25. And yeah, then we went onwards to. We were meant to stop actually at this lake, which was this. Apparently, it was meant to be this huge, fantastic lake, just off this trail from Plummer, the next town along. By the time we got to Plummer, it was absolutely chucking it down. And we were on this highway as well, so cars were going past us, kicking up a load of spray in our faces. It was just absolutely miserable conditions. Really tough going. And so we stopped under a shelter for a little bit for a bite to eat and an evaluation of the route, and we decided stopping at the lake probably wasn't a great idea, so we were going to go all the way on to Harrison, which was the next town. And so we got on this trail and it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, a descent pretty much all the way, just really gradual, really great conditions, going at quite a speed for us with all the luggage, about 15-16 miles per hour probably. And yeah, gorgeous trail, big pine trees on either side, really green and lovely, and it was gorgeous all aside from the rain. And the rain was just incessant, and there was at one point there was a river kind of flowing across the path with a load of rocks and kind of clay that had come off this huge steep slide to the side of us, and there was a load of warnings as well for rockfalls, and so we were slightly worried about that, and also about the bed, because coming up with a few big streams where no doubt a bit of salmon hunting went on. There's a bit of salmon in those streams, and but luckily today we didn't come across any bears, and so we didn't have that to worry about. And yeah, so we got to the lake. That was absolutely gigantic. I don't know the name of it. No.
I'm not sure.
It was some scenic route there. It's absolutely huge. Hopefully we'll finally sync up the GoPro at some point. Got a few big days ahead of us, so probably won't bother for a little bit. But huge, and we got to this bridge, and it must have been at least a mile across. And it was at the smallest point of the lake as well. And it just went on for miles and miles and miles, and we were 10 miles in at this point. It went on for you couldn't see 10 miles further because it just went on for that long. And at this point we were still seeing a few cyclists coming out past us, and they were all thick waterproofs on, and we were there in shorts and bib shorts and tops, these thin windproof tops, which weren't waterproof and like absolutely soaked through. And we were told that Harrison was 12 miles down this trail. We got to 12 miles and there was no sign of it. Got to 15 miles and we started to see electricity lines, but still no sign of a town. Finally got there a couple miles later for lunch, and it was a really, really welcome sight. We stopped in the cafe, ordered some coffee, and tucked into our sandwiches, shivering, soaked to the bone. Really, really just out of it. It's so cold. We sat by the door for the start and quickly moved after everyone found the same cafe and was coming and going and letting in the cold air. And they were very, very kind. Let us eat our packed sandwiches, which again Angela kindly made for us. And yeah, they were just trying to in vain to warm up. James changed his clothes in some dry ones, but to no avail because the rain just didn't stop. It stopped for a bit actually while we were eating, and we were quite excited to get back out, and with it being a little less miserable. But as soon as we started to collect our things to go, it started raining again. Really, really intense, even more intense than before this time. And we got out, and the starting was the hardest part because it was just so cold, so bracing to step out into the cold air. But nonetheless, we got started, all like tense and shivering literally as we were riding. But again, it was flat, so we just stayed in high gear, churned out the miles as fast as we could. We made a pretty good time.
Very good time.
Yeah, we got to, what was our penultimate stop after?
Caravan park.
Yeah.
15 miles out.
And and as well, we stopped and we saw what looked like cutouts of deer, and then they moved their heads, and we saw a few alpacas, which was so, because the visibility was so bad, they just looked like 2D like shadows in the distance. They were alpacas on this farmland, which was cool, and a load of geese as well, and marshlands for days. It was really beautiful, and luckily for us, compared to before, very, very boring, just being stuck in the rain, quite uneventful, which was perfect after the past few days. But James didn't enjoy the rain. A bit of a blue sky cyclist. And yeah, we then your knee held up just about.
Yeah, slightly.
And the left knee.
Left knee started hurting.
Yeah. So now both of James' knees are in question, and yeah, but we just about made it through. This one route though took us literally all the way to Wallace, and then we had about a mile where we turned off and came to this motel for the night, this hotel for the night even, and it was just pretty easy going, but just especially after the past few days that we've had, taking it carefully, and got into the hotel, and they very, very kindly upgraded us to a double room, having booked a 2-person room, which we found out was a single bed, and now we've got a double bed, which is brilliant, with an ensuite.
Two double beds.
Sorry, yeah, and made full use of the ensuite, like such. Yeah, really, I stayed in the shower for absolutely ages, just trying to warm up. You're so cold, and like your feet like kind of tingle, like when you're in the and but that was lovely. And now we're here relaxing. We went out for dinner as well, but the place we went to, because it's so popular, because it's Memorial Weekend, so everyone's moving out, like kind of going on weekend trips and stuff. And this is a really historic town. Like I came in saying all I wanted was like a huge, like 2-foot-long subways, and just a load of whatever was cheap and easy to find. But it's all like completely historic here. There's no like chain restaurants or anything like that. They're all like delightful little shops. But I really wanted some cheap food, and a lot of it that wasn't the case. I spent like $5 on a bag of Doritos, which was a bit ridiculous, but and and a nice little sandwich as well. Because we left that place with a half-hour wait, and just went to a gas station. James got some Maltesers because he's not hungry. I don't understand how he eats so little. He's got the smallest stomach, and for the amount of miles that we're carrying, that we're doing a day as well, I can't get enough. I'm always hungry, but James is surviving. And yeah, we're a bit nervous about tomorrow though, because we basically shortened this day because St Regis was a step too far. That would have made today about 150 miles, but tomorrow is now going to be about 137, which is like, it's going to be a huge day. It's going to be at least 12 hours. We're going to have to set off early, set off for 7 at the latest, and yeah, that's going to be really, really tough. There's about 5,000 feet of elevation in that day. It's not much. It's not like we're going up, so it's just a lot of up and down, up and down. There's a huge hill at the start, which is going to be really tough. I guess better at the start than at the end, but yeah, about 5,000 feet elevation, about 4.5 of decline, and so yeah, that's gonna be really rough going. And it looks like there may be some trails as well, though we'll avoid those wherever possible. But really not sure what tomorrow is going to entail. Kindly, David has we let him know really short notice our next shows, that we were, because we just realised that we'd obviously be going a day later because of the rest day we had yesterday. So yeah, thank you to him. And we've now also don't have that rest day in Bozeman, so it's going to be a lot of 100 miles days coming up, 100 plus mile days coming up even. So quite nervous in anticipation of that. I think today was the first morning. It's the 4th day of cycling. I think it's the first morning where I've woken up and I haven't been like buzzing to get out on the road. I've been like, oh, okay, we've got a lot of miles to cover, and a few days of it at that. So yeah, enthusiasm for first week adrenaline starting to die down. But we're gonna try and carry on going, and hopefully a bit of fitness will build up and it will become routine. Yet to reach that stage. And yeah, I think that's all for today.
Yeah.
We're gonna head to bed, absolutely shattered, probably a bit shorter today. But we'll catch you up tomorrow when hopefully we're in Missoula and done our biggest day yet, of 137 miles. So see you.